Hi, it's Michael, clinical psychologist at Grove Psychology. Today I'm talking about an interesting presentation that I've been coming across recently, which is about approval seeking. And this is a compensatory type of behavior that we see in order to develop a sense of high self-esteem or a sense of self in people who are feeling like they can't express their true self. So what we typically see is someone saying that they need the approval of others to feel good about themselves. And they'll often do things in order to get that sense of approval. And that might be being really diligent in their work, making sure their appearance is very high level, taking care of themselves, doing lots of things, going out of the way in order to overcompensate and gain that. And when they don't get that sense of approval from other people, feeling very despondent and depressed or anxious. And at times this might be a useful behavior. It's always nice to get approval and recognition from other people and our peers and things like that. We feel good when we feel accepted, when we get compliments. But for these people, they take it more than that. It's their sense of self-esteem and self-worth. And what that's being driven from is often, not always, but often in this case that I want to talk about, perhaps about a sense of being defective in some way. That if deep down, if somebody knew the real me, they wouldn't like me. So I've got to present myself in a certain way that I get their approval and recognition and I feel accepted in that way. Big problem with that is that it's time limited. So you get the approval, it doesn't then continue on. It's very fleeting. So that then somebody shows disapproval in some way, we feel very depressed, feel very anxious. We're constantly trying to reinvent the wheel to show how much worthwhile we are, and our self-esteem is very much dependent on that. So this is different to what I've talked about in my other videos around subjugating ourselves in order to keep people around from being abandoned. This is about defectiveness. This is about being not good enough. These types of beliefs: I'm not worthwhile, I'm not good enough. If somebody knew the real me, they wouldn't like me. I'm defective in some way. So I'm overcompensating to show people that I'm of value, I'm of use, that I'm worthwhile. And it's very hard to keep going for a long time. And you see these patients when they come in, they're just overwhelmed with all the effort they've got to do. And often I'll say to them, like, this seems really effortful for you, which they'll say it is, because they've never got this sense of what their true self is, their authentic self. And the aim of our therapy then is, can I be happy within myself, developing a higher sense of self-worth that is not reliant necessarily on other people's approval. So it's nice if I get it, but I still think that I'm a worthwhile person if my efforts don't get rewarded or recognized. That if I do something and they're not noticed, it's still important because it's important to me as a person, my sense of self-worth. That takes a lot of work through therapy. It's really difficult, provides a lot of anxiety as well, but this is sort of where we go. So if this is something that's resonating with you, that might be something that you want to explore a little bit more, write about, maybe even journal what that approval seeking behavior is like. What are you trying to overcompensate for? What would happen if you showed the real you? Would you feel quite anxious about that? And if the answer is yes, then maybe you want to talk to somebody about that and see if you can do a little bit of work on self-worth. All right, thanks for watching. Be in touch soon. Bye.